Dukes of Weebdub. Episode 31.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's been forever since JJK dropped.
Yeah. That's what one break does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like JJK's been getting a lot of breaks. I feel like there's been like 3 breaks in this Gojo fight alone.
I think I saw a spoiler earlier today on Facebook of all places. And if it is indeed a spoiler, I'm going to be very upset.
I still haven't seen any spoiler pages, so I'm starting to think it might not be.
Well, one thing that made me think it might not be is the fact that the surrounding area of whatever said screenshot wasn't completely decimated from Hollow Purple. The buildings were intact. So I'm like, maybe this isn't. And also the fact that the date of the post was 4 days ago from today.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's a little early for...
What was it a picture of? You gotta... I don't care. I'm gonna see... When the spoilers do drop, I'm gonna see them.
Yeah, so it was Gojo kind of like in the background.
Spoiler alert, by the way. Maybe.
Gojo was in the background, and Kenjaku, the caption was literally "Goodbye Sukuna," and it was Kenjaku like sucking in Sukuna, and Megumi was laying on the ground. But Sukuna, when he was coming out, looked exactly the way he does when he's in Itadori's body, like old Sukuna. Gojo was far enough away to where his face...
I think it's probably just an edit. Because I've seen so many edits of people doing when Kenjaku absorbed Mahito, but making it Sukuna.
Because, again, they're standing in a city with buildings and stuff, and all of the buildings are, like, peak form. And I'm like, well, Hollow Purple just happened.
See, that would even be that way
So,
if they edited it from the Mahito absorption, because that was also decimated.
yeah. And I didn't save the image. I couldn't even show it to you if I wanted to. It's just, I saw it and I'm like, fucking people and their damn spoilers.
Well, it could be memes.
It could also be memes. I did not look at the comment section. I was like, I'm just scrolling as far away from this as I can get. And see you later. Bye-byes. We also didn't have... Did we have a Chainsaw Man last Tuesday?
Yeah, we did. Because there's that one where I said that meme of, oh, this would be really ominous if Whip didn't look like such a fucking dork.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It was mostly, Denji living his life. Oh, yeah, and he was sitting down and talking to somebody. I'm just going to open it back up.
Yeah, let's just, instead of looking like fools with their shit memory.
Thank God there's going to be one tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, in the amusement park. Yeah. I do have, like, this girl whose name I have no idea who she is.
She grew on me a little bit here.
Just by saying straight up she'll always side with him. And she's like...
And that she's a Digi fan. And her being understanding that, like, he can't save everybody. Like, she just seemed level-headed in general.
Yeah, she really hit home with the whole you were crying thing. And I was like...
Oh, that hurt.
Crying.
That hurt. That also set Chainsaw Man Twitter going, too.
Yeah.
The best Twitter.
She basically told Denji that she's like a ride or die for Denji, not Chainsaw Man. And I'm like, okay.
And of course, the worst person goes and sits down with them.
Flamethrower Man.
Yep. He's such a fucking dweeb. Check it out. Proof of my fandom. My Chainsaw Man lighter.
Although when he first sits down, it just looks like he just got bit by like 6 fucking vampires.
I know. I don't know what's going on with that.
No, actually, so is Denji right next to him, too. So maybe it's just a design choice on the neck, on the drawing. But, yeah, this guy's like, I don't know.
A dork.
Yeah, he's just not intimidating. Neither are either of these 3 either.
Yeah. In fact, the only one that I think is kind of intimidating is the one that's kind of closest to on our side, Sword Guy. Like, Whip Girl certainly doesn't.
And which one's this guy?
I actually don't remember. I think it might be Spear.
But like, Yoshi would just fuck you guys up. And Denji, who knows if Denji's even gonna participate in any fighting.
Maybe Asa will come in.
Yeah, definitely not immediately anyway. But I don't know. It's just finally getting to the point of payoff that I've been asking for forever.
Well, it's been like inching closer and closer and closer.
Inching is the
What is that?
The key word here.
What did Gojo say? Was it Archimedes and the tortoise? Which is how he described infinity. It's that the space is expanding faster than you can travel it. It goes back to like a Greek parable, like you let the tortoise go first and then you go to race it. And since it's constantly moving, it just keeps going to the point where you never meet, but it gets closer and closer.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
That's Chainsaw Man and something happening.
Let's not do that, please. Please.
Next chapter is going to be them looking around the department store, storing all the toys. And it'll end with them being like, I guess we got to start the plan now.
Oh, Jesus. Let's not. Let's not. I
You
wish.
down for that?
Yeah, no, I'm just not. No thanks. I'd like some payoff for what we've been building up to, you know?
For all we've been going through.
But, you know, it's coming. I'm patient enough to... I'm not sitting here complaining like, oh my god, Chainsaw Man's been fucking ass. Which I did see someone on... It was like... Have like a... extreme YouTube Shorts addiction.
Oh no.
When at work. Because I don't even like watch them. I just have it open and it sits there and I'm working because I work with my hands. It goes and then I just swipe. And I'm working, swipe. Working, swipe. Work. I'm like perfectly symbiosis where it's just my phone just sits there and I swipe as I'm going. But I swiped into someone. It was like a clip from Twitch. And the dude was talking about how he doesn't like anything that's happening in part 2 of Chainsaw Man. And he's saying it's just like his exact words, I think, were something like it's just fucking trash. It's like mid or.
I see it on Twitter all the time too.
It's like there's so much setup. So it's like because they were saying that like season 1, part 1 definitely goes from 0 to 100 in the first chapter, and then from like 100 to 200 for the rest, and it's just back to back to back. It's like nonstop. Part 2 is much slower. To where you can see he's refining the buildup. And the entirety of part 2 has been building up to a moment that we still don't know what the moment is. Yes, with however many chapters it's been. How many chapters is part 2 now? 50?
Yeah, Lord knows.
Somewhere 50, 60. He's building to a climax of whatever's going to culminate to whatever this is happening. And then it's going to be the same shit again, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, let the man cook.
Let the man cook.
I'm still going to complain, though, that I want that payoff. Like, now.
I just said it to someone on Twitter, too, because they're also complaining about the complainers. Mm-hmm. I was just like, my favorite parts of part 1 were those small character interactions. The Kobeni in the hallway with Denji, and Aki and Angel talking about fucking Aesop's fables and shit.
Yeah.
So, like, part 2 is kind of me, for me at least, Fujimoto playing to his strengths more.
Mm-hmm.
And it's losing all of those meatheads, and I want the Uso random moments from the fandom along the way.
Action shonen only.
Yeah.
People.
The Vinland Saga Season 2 haters.
Yes. So, stupid people.
Just didn't lead a good payoff, though.
Yes.
Something about falling wasn't as impactful as I feel like the story acts like it is. Man should have watched the menu before writing that. Yeah. I might have taken her more serious if it wasn't for all the fucking chef puns. Honestly, that might honestly be a difference maker for me.
That's another the menu, the movie you just mentioned.
Oh, it's so good.
I've watched the entire movie in YouTube Shorts.
Oh, I went and saw it in theaters.
Really?
Yeah, me and my partner went.
No,
So good.
I've seen it just in clips on YouTube.
So good.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if you see the last 5 minutes of the movie, you've seen the whole movie.
Yeah. Well, have you seen any of it too? Like, because there's so much of the movie is just the tension.
Yeah. I want a cheeseburger. And not that pompous rich cheeseburger. I want
That must be great as an out of context meme, though.
I just want a greasy, traditional cheeseburger. Oh, you'll get a very traditional cheeseburger. The best cheeseburger you've ever had. She big brained her way out of that, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm still hungry. Bitch, get me a cheeseburger.
So fucking good.
It is a very good movie. Very weird concept.
Very sleeper.
See, that's what Hollywood should be doing. That's a new idea.
It is. It was
You know what I mean?
tense. It was psychological. It wasn't like... It didn't fall into the same horror tropes of every other movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it didn't suddenly become a slasher movie and she's hiding... Well, there's like one moment she's hiding from like one of the sous chefs with a knife, but that didn't become the movie. It wasn't her hiding from 50 chefs.
Yeah, but also that whole situation is what led her to find out that he used to be a burger chef, to give her critical information to then
go back to the dinner.
Big brain her way out, yeah.
So it didn't just become every other horror movie. It had ideas. It had uniqueness. The way it would show you the meals at the beginning of every course.
It's like another movie I saw. Forgetting what it is. It's an old school movie because Brad Pitt's in it, and it's like a younger Brad Pitt. Ooh. He plays like a Grim Reaper with what's his name? Not Jack Nicholson, I don't think. Maybe it is Jack.
I said Jack Nicholson's pretty great.
Yeah, it's the dude. No, it's the dude that plays Hannibal Lecter. Is that that's not Jack Nicholson?
No,
that's
Is it the which one? The Hannibal in the show, Hannibal in
the
Silence of the Lambs.
The cannibal.
Yeah, but he's the cannibal in both of those.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't know.
The TV show, the Silence of the Lambs movie.
The movie, the old school one, like the original old guy that does it.
I still don't know who that is.
He also plays the original Zorro in the Zorro movie.
I haven't seen
but
that
he
one.
plays like, you've seen it. It's the one with fucking Antonio Banderas. You haven't seen the Zorro movie? Oh my god.
Nope.
How dare you?
Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins, yeah. So it's the two of them, and Anthony Hopkins is like some older gentleman, and Brad Pitt plays the Grim Reaper, and he comes to them, and then Brad Pitt follows him around for the last couple of days of his life, going to board meetings and all this shit. But then I guess he falls in love with the dude's daughter or whatever. It's weird.
Got a little anime there.
Yeah, but they still leave at the end of the movie, and they walk off into the fight. Not the sunset, because it was that night and fireworks are gone. They just walk off and just both of them just disappear into the afterlife and just leave the girl behind. Oh, okay. It was I haven't seen the movie. I've seen all the clips on YouTube though, all the important beats. So, from what I've seen, it's a good movie. And then there's some other just like weird indie films, or those fucking low budget movies that get put out that you never
I
hear
feel like
of.
American Psycho would make for great YouTube shorts also.
Well, YouTube shorts are more like that. There's a community of movies, because everyone says the same thing. You follow the same thing. You read any of the comments on any of them. It's like, oh, I guess we're doing Schindler's List now in YouTube shorts, because it was going through that cycle, and then it was going through Shameless, and then it was going through it just goes through popular movies, and it's just I was going through a cycle where I would see every third would be a Schindler's List thing, and then now I'd never see it ever again. It just stops. Just people upload clips of movies, into the shorts of YouTube algorithm, and then they just like die. They get peaked, everyone talks about it, and then goes away. The Sopranos was up there for a little while. What was another one? It's just a bunch of fucking big names like that. But
I just wait for the occasional Twitter ratio where someone drops a full movie on Twitter. Oh, that's a nice opinion. Here's the full Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Which one?
Probably the newer one. It's usually the newer stuff. Though, again, I watched American Psycho that. Oh, that's nice. Here's the full American Psycho movie. Get ratioed.
Potentially unpopular opinion. I liked the live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies.
No. Gross. You know what's weird, though? I don't think that's as unpopular of an opinion as you think. I think I'm in the minority of that. I think more people like the live-action TMNT movies than don't. And I'm in the don't.
Well, all right. Well, first off, let me specify even further than this.
The old ones, right?
The new ones. But the old ones are fire.
Are there new live-action ones?
Yeah, it's the same dudes that make Transformers, I think.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
How does Michael Bay fit explosions into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
It's more just the slow-mo.
Oh, God. Good luck.
Yeah, I know. There's a
They just released another animated one.
Let's see. Oh, there it is. That one.
Ooh, no.
I like
it. That's a no for me, dog.
There's two of them.
You know,
but this one, you telling me you don't like the 1990s TMNT movies?
Nope.
Those are so good.
I do remember this one coming out because I remember Donatello's absolutely terrible headgear.
Yeah.
Awful.
This scene in particular, when they're in the elevator, this scene is fucking hilarious.
Why is Leonardo's chest like that? Is that arbor?
It's the shell. The front part of the shell.
I
of the
hate
turtle.
it.
No, I liked it. I liked.
I haven't watched it, so I can't comment on the movie.
Yeah, Michael Bay.
Ugh. I can comment on that though. I spit at you.
Spit at you. I'm pretty sure there's two of them. 2014.
Oh man, I feel old. It's almost 10 years old.
It is, yeah. Megan Fox is.
Man, she just has some sort of deal with Michael Bay.
Yeah, but I like it. See, look at Mikey's face right there.
It's awful. It's terrible. Look at the gap in those teeth. Oh lordy, honey. But dude, you're on hard times. You look like you live in the sewer. It's realistic.
Oh shit! I want them.
Get that man some face cream.
I think they're making a Last Ronin movie about it. You know that comic of the turtles?
They're making a game.
I feel like I do know that, but
yeah.
I feel like they spoiled it too because I was under the impression for the longest time that the whole time through that whole comic run it never tells you.
Know. Yeah.
Well, no, everyone was saying that it's Michelangelo.
I haven't heard.
And I'm like, it's way better if you don't know which one it is because he wears black. And he's just very angry all the time, so his personality doesn't match any of the turtles. So and he uses all four weapons.
The last update I heard about the game didn't say anything about what turtle. Whoever I got the update from still said it wasn't known which turtle.
Because he also never specifies, Leo used to love doing this to say,
I do think
Leo's
it should
dead.
be Michelangelo, though. I do think that is the perfect choice.
Yeah?
Yeah, because he's the fun-loving one. Now he's got to learn to actually fucking...
go around on a murder revenge spree. Because Raphael makes too much sense. Because
that's he's just already on it.
That's what Raphael
Leonardo, it's a pretty easy slide for him, too. I'm in the sense it's Leonardo or Michelangelo. One of the two.
Because because both of them are the biggest leap to the evil side. Because, I view Leo as the paladin. He's the righteous leader.
I view him as the Robin. If it was Teen Titans, he's Robin.
Yeah, but he's the leader.
Leader.
He's always the one on he's got you're right. He's the balance.
Yeah.
He's the one that holds everything in the middle.
He's the plan maker. He's the one that gives them their positions.
Raph is the chaotic
the DPS.
he's on the the mayhem side.
Yeah.
Mikey's on the like the goofball side, and then
Donatello's a nerd.
Donatello's Donatello. But
It's Leo or Mikey for sure.
yeah.
But speaking of live action, I'm 5 episodes deep into One Piece live action now.
Yeah. Let's go. Bring it. Lay it.
Yeah, I think we had to stop. We're halfway through the episode Sanji's got introduced in.
Nice.
Yes, I love it. I'm completely head over heels in love with it.
It's so good.
It's really good.
It's so fucking good.
It's really fucking good.
So last time we just only saw episode 1, which is just Luffy and Kobe stuff.
Yeah.
Right? They don't get to the point with Nami and Zoro in episode 1, or do they? No, they might.
They probably do.
Yeah, they probably do. All right,
Most
so
likely do. I think it's been like 2 episodes for each mini arc, really.
Yes.
There's 2 episodes for Nami Zoro, 2 episodes for Buggy, 2 episodes for Syrup Village. Maybe. No, because that already puts me over, because there's going to be
so Buggy's 1 episode.
Yeah.
And Kuro is 1 episode.
No. Nope.
No, you're right. That's 2 episodes, yeah.
Yeah, nope. That was definitely right. 2 episodes.
So what'd you think of Kuro, though? Kuro was...
I liked Kuro a lot as a character. The speed with thing was goofy. It's in like
Yeah. Well, because that did happen in the anime too, and I forgot about it, and I was like, oh, they're doing Zoro so early, but I was like, oh wait, no, Kuro used to do that stuff.
We dropped the one other criticism, which isn't even really criticism, just funny effects moment for me. When Garp throws the cannonball, Luffy deflects it back into his mast, and it hits the mast. These are 3 things, right? Each that use special effects. Who would have thought that it hitting the mast would be the worst effect in the 3? Garp throwing the cannonball looked good. Luffy expanded, shot the cannonball back, looked good. The explosion of the cannonball looked like it came from fucking Aqua Teen Hunger Force. It looked like it was like just a little superimposed.
So,
me and my partner laughed out loud at that. It was like the only thing.
So, me and my wife, when we were watching it, because that was so... I'm not going to give the whole thing away because you're not finished with it. But everything with Garp, while I was watching it, was the only thing I had a problem with.
Because it's so much changed.
Well, first off, it's 300 episodes early. No, more than that, because this happens at the end of Ennis Lobby. Which I was like, whatever. It fits though in the timeline. So. The way they were doing it, I was like, whatever, you want to put it here, yeah. But how Garp interacts with Luffy through the whole series until the very end is very not Garp. That's not how his character really is.
There's one moment I felt like it was Garp. Well, first of all, I like the actor a lot. I like his performance.
Yes.
I like this version. But there's one moment it felt like the original Garp. And it was when Luffy deflected the ball back, and he was happy about it. That's what it felt like, Garp. And he's like, "Yeah, boy!" That's what I was like. That's Garp.
Yes. So I was like, "Whatever, it's fine." He wasn't this involved. Kobe wasn't this involved, but it's okay. I lived it. It's fine. When he was throwing the cannonballs, I was talking with me and my wife. It's like I told my wife, when this is over, I'm gonna show you the episode or 2 episodes when Garp is introduced in the series that covers everything that he's done in the series. And when he was throwing the whole cannonballs, it was like, there's no way they're gonna do it. They're just not. They didn't, but I was like, I wish they did, because in the anime, the last cannonball he throws at him, it comes out of nowhere and it's so cartoonish. It's like, where was the cannonball before? Because it's bigger than the boat they're on. And it's on a giant-ass fucking chain. And I'm like, because it shows it on deck from a distance.
Yeah.
And the cannonball is bigger than the fucking... I was like, how are you storing that below deck? It's bigger than the boat. And then he like, spins and throws that. I was like, there's no way they do that. But it's just... It was like,
I do like the actor for him though. He's so good.
Yeah.
I like the entire cast. I think all of the actors are the strongest point of the entire show out of a really strong show.
All of the Straw Hats nailed it.
I think everybody. I think Helmeppo nails it. I think Kobe nails it. Kuro did great. I think the one that did Kaya did great.
Yes. Dude,
I like that they didn't pick someone that's like super traditionally beautiful. She still
looked sickly, but also she looks almost exactly like Kaya does. It's like you went to the One Piece world, brought her hair, and 3D'ized her.
I thought she was great. I also thought
Great.
The female Black Cat pirate girl was really good too. The waitress chick.
I was sad that Django got cut, but I was like,
Me too.
whatever.
It's fine.
It's whatever. I was like, I wanted to see his goofiness in it.
I like that
but
the fight took place in the mansion rather than the anime where it took place on the shoreline with the Black Cat pirate ships coming.
Yeah, well, because that's when Django comes back, so
Yeah.
that's why he got cut. But yeah.
I liked how they brought it all into the mansion.
Yeah, me too.
I'm sad Mary died because now Kaya's alone.
Yes.
Because he didn't die in the anime.
I don't think he did either.
No, because he was there with Kaya to wish them goodbye.
Yeah, and now
Say
she's
that
just
he'll
100%
help her with the business. She's just alone. But it's a whatever thing. It's so I was like, oh, that's kind of sad.
So you said you're halfway through
The episode, yeah. Sanji already had his fight with the two scuffling pirates. I think the last thing I saw was Luffy trying Sanji's dish in the kitchen room.
Mm. So you'll just have to see his backstory, and then.
Oh, so I saw some Mihawk too.
Yeah, I was gonna say the.
I
Mihawk
thought he
fight.
nailed it too.
Oh my god, he does.
His voice
and
is
then
so
that
good.
First off, too, that whole fight when he's talking to Garp on the Den Mushi, I was like, this is. And then they actually did the flying slash attack. I was like, because I was wondering how they were gonna do that, because that's like a very iconic shot of him cutting Don Creed's boat
ship in half.
I was like, how are they gonna do that? And it was.
Yeah.
I think they did better with that too, with having Don Creed just get wiped out by Mihawk and didn't even come fight Luffy either.
Oh, he doesn't come?
No, sorry.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, you did.
he was right there.
I expected him to still come.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I ruined that for
It's
you.
okay.
But no, Mihawk. When I first saw him, when you see him in the flashback in episode 1 at Roger's execution, he looks goofy as fuck.
He does. He looks like he's a huge Linkin Park fan.
But he looks much better current.
Yeah.
And I was worried about that too, because
he looked better than the shots that came out before the show came out too.
Yeah,
I thought he looked a little goofy in those shots, but when he actually was in motion,
it's the beard design. You know what I mean?
It looks way worse up front than it does at any angle. Like, every angle's perfect. Because when he was on the phone, he looked great.
I'd still say the weakest character is visually Shanks. I think the actor did really good, but looking at him, I'm like...
I'll judge it after I see the Fisherman more.
Here's a good thing to keep in mind with the Fisherman. I thought that they were... I could still be wrong at this. I thought that the majority of it was CGI. I saw a picture and it's all makeup.
Oh, I believe it. I definitely believe it.
Because I saw a picture, like a behind the scenes picture of the three of them with like a producer dude wearing headphones, and they're looking at a piece of paper. It was just a still shot, and they're like, you could tell it didn't look at it because they're just standing. You could tell their facial. They're pointing at it too. It's like, oh shit, that's just straight up practical effects. That's pretty cool.
Which is another of the highest points is the fact that they made all the boats. It really makes a fucking difference.
Yes. And yeah, it's just the love. And it's like, this is what happens when you appreciate the source material.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if it's 100% because Oda's there or if it's 50 Oda, 50 a crew that actually appreciates it. Because Oda's there because they appreciate it. They didn't have to bring Oda in. Or maybe they did because it's Oda.
It's Oda.
Yeah.
And Shueisha and Toei fucking blow Oda. They do everything to keep him. So they wouldn't sign off any contracts without...
It's true. And now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think Toei's done a live action anything since Dragon Ball Evolution. Because they don't have many animes. Yeah. So I don't think there's been another live action of any of their properties since then. Because, I was about to say, they shit out live action animes without these people. Even in Japan, they shit them out, too.
Yeah, people just don't have any say over it, but it's Oda. You know what I mean? You don't tell Oda no.
But Oda also could have walked if it looked bad, kind of like the Avatar people. Because they walked on that project.
Yeah, Avatar.
Again.
Again. I'm gonna hard pass on that one.
Yup.
Just for that.
I wonder if they'll say Ong again.
Please don't.
Ong.
It's like
Suka.
It's not even a translation thing. The show was made in English. And you still got his name wrong.
Just listen to it. Just give it a listen. Like, Soka.
Soka, that's right.
Soka.
Ugh. Go away. Just go away. But I saw 2 articles of people being like, it's too much like the source material and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I
think it was a review, actually. So
yeah. And
like IGN, maybe?
And I also saw another one that people were talking about was big missed opportunity to not have Luffy a member of the LGBT community. I was like...
That one's just rage bait.
I was like, come on, people. Just accept that it's a good...
Well, they don't have to accept that it's good, but don't
accept
make up
that
bullshit.
The fans So, listen.
It's not even too close to the source material,
It's not.
of all.
Well, I've been just so... It's been a long time, actually. This is not a recent thing. I don't give any credence, credit, care, whatever you want to say, to any kind of official review source. IGN can go suck a dick.
It's the thing, I'll listen to it, but I have all of these caveats in my brain because of the source.
I don't even
I don't
care
go
anymore.
out of my way.
Like, same thing, like all the like, same thing with all Hollywood movies, right? Because it happens all the time. Every new Disney movie that comes out, every single reviewer gives that thing like a fucking 90, 95 on Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't even follow those.
No,
Rotten Tomatoes is literal garbage.
Yes, but then you see the fan sides, and it's always like, it's always
literal garbage still.
So like, garbage. The fucking fans, like the viewers, is like, this is a shit movie, or it's like in the 50s, but then the reviewers is in the 95s, or the reviews will put it in the 50s, but then the audience scores will put it in the 95s. So I'm like,
a PR firm I saw all this through an Asmon React. I'm pretty sure I saw it live, but whatever. A PR firm actually released it. Someone on the inside of it said that, I don't know if they have proof, but they said that their PR firm pays reviewers to leave good scores on the movies. So like they're hired out by the movie to pay off people to make it.
So if I want a review nowadays, I'm going straight to YouTube and looking up a content creator.
If I was in the business position, I'd be paying for the viewer reviews too. Just get bot accounts going. Like,
yeah. So I'll just go and like, I try and get like, obviously you want a video of like a specific streamer that you always follow, like you would want to watch, like, because you trust Asmongold's review of a video game.
Yeah, it's still with caveats too. I know what kind of gamer Asmongold is, so I know what's going to play to his suits or what he's going to like or dislike.
So sometimes I'll look up like the oddball game, like the obscure JRPG, and be like, all right, let's do this. But then I find like a person I don't know who they are, and I'm like, okay. But then I can also, in this specific instance, I can be like, oh, hey, this is an oddball JRPG, and it's like out of nowhere.
Yeah. People
ain't paying this guy to say that it's a good game. This guy went out of his way to make a video about this to say it's a good game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there is still that. Like, you can easily just slide into some YouTuber's DMs and be like, hey, we'll pay you X amount of dollars, and you make a 20-minute video talking about how good this game is.
There's also still access journalism, too, where, like, we gave you our early copy. It'd be a shame if you said this or this, and we couldn't give you one next time.
Asmongold made a good point in a video I was watching today about Baldur's Gate. He was saying how all of the YouTube reviewers were saying how Act 2 is less than Act 1 and Act 3 is less than Act 2. And he was saying how, and someone in chat had said, none of the reviewers said anything about that. And he says, no shit, why?
None of them got there.
Well, he said not even that. Even if they had full access to it, they played the game for 3 hours and then made a review about the entire game. Because that's what reviewers do. Same with, like, Starfield, whatever, bad example. But, like, Starfield, you give that to IGN, they're going to play it for 2 hours.
Yeah.
So if the first 2 hours of your game is, like, solid, because that's what you really want to get, like, polished anyways, the first 2 hours, I would think, because that's what's...
Yeah.
If it's a stinky Rotten Tomatoes, everyone's going to fucking walk out of your game before they get to anything good.
This is actually notoriously a problem for Diablo 3. Because all of, like, the, they would give out early versions of just Act 1, which was incredible for it. And then, as Aspergold even says, I get to Act 2, and suddenly there's bugs everywhere. There's things shooting me from off screen, killing me with spine needles.
He says that Diablo 3 is a shit game.
Oh, it's pretty bad.
But you love it.
I like it a lot, yeah.
You play it a lot?
I do play it a lot.
Yeah.
It's so much less of an RPG, though. Like, you don't have a skill tree. It's more like a loadout of you switching out your skills on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot of complaints to be made with Diablo 3. The tone got brighter. It looks like fucking WoW with the color palette. Like, it's bright and cartoony.
Yeah.
Everything feels floaty. The no RPG decisions. But still feels really good to play.
Hey, if it feels good, it feels good, right?
It feels like playing Gauntlet with the brighter colors even, because that's what Gauntlet did. Gauntlet went from looking dark in their old arcadey days to the PS2 games being really bright and cartoony looking.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I also say Diablo 4 is an upgrade on Diablo 3 in just about every way. Maybe besides loot. And that's the most important part, sadly.
Yes. I was telling you earlier, it's like it's in that danger territory of getting deleted because of my, like, I watched it. If they as we go reacting to season 2 is gonna have so much content. We're gonna have to have 2 live streams to cover.
2-hour live streams.
It's gonna fix everything.
Bug fixes.
And then I saw another meme, another video mentioned in the same, another video he was saying, he was like, the guy in that says, oh, look at Diablo 2, fucking claiming that a bug fix patch is a season 2. So, I don't know, man. They need to do something for me to, like, if I log in and I play...
progression curve. It really is.
And I play for, like, 2 days, 2 concurrent sit-downs, and I don't gain a level, it feels real bad.
Or, I think the bigger problem is not getting any better loot.
I haven't got...
When you said that, I thought on that for so long. It was like Cosmic Brain being like, that is the problem.
It is.
Because Diablo 3, I just keep playing because I keep getting stronger. Like...
It's been about... I think I've replaced 1 piece of gear in the last, like, shit you not, 10 to 12 levels.
I was going to say 20, yeah. I feel like once you hit that 800 item level, it's so fucking hard to get any more. And you hit that at, like, 70, 75, 80 max.
Yeah, I'm 84, 85 range.
They really need to, like, A, scale it for those last 20 levels, and B, just fix all these affixes too. There's too many affixes.
Yes.
Damage with frost, damage with frost skills, damage to chilled enemies, damage to frozen enemies.
It's just stupid because now that's just more randomized in the loot pool to give you shit fucking gear.
It wasn't like that Diablo 3. Diablo 3, if you go into my loot, like on some of my better characters even, it'll be my base stat, like 6,000 intelligence. And I'm not even shitting you not. The numbers get crazy in Diablo 3. Crit, attack speed, cooldown reduction. Base stat, crit damage, movement speed. Like, it's all core stats. Like, just really simple.
Yeah, well...
In the one stat in Diablo 3, I miss chance to deal area damage.
We'll see how it goes. I still would like to get the platinum just because I'm like right there, almost, kind of, not really. But at the same time, Baldur's Gate is not getting deleted anytime soon off of my game. It's just not happening. Like I told you, I'm at the end of Act 2, and I'm already in my mind planning out my second playthrough. It's not going anywhere. If another game comes out that I want to play in the meantime, like okay, I'm satisfied with Baldur's Gate for now. I'll come back to it. But this new game's coming out, and I'll play this for a little bit. Diablo's going. It's getting deleted. Goodbye. See you later. That's 80 gigs. You know what I mean? There's other stuff that's like 14. That's a forever download. That's never going away. Smite is a forever download. Even though I haven't played it, I've played like 2 matches in the last three and a half, maybe in 4 months. But it's like, it's a game that's just not going away.
Yeah, no.
And then there's like 2 or 3 other games.
Dead by Daylight doesn't even leave my PlayStation downloads because of the one time every 3 months I play Dead by Daylight all day.
I still have Kena Bridge of Spirits downloaded because I haven't beat that yet. We'll see if I go back to that or not. It's a small game anyway. It's only like 30 gigs. And I have the Star Ocean game on there. I played that recently. Recently. Like 3 weeks ago.
I know me personally, unless I see you on it sometime, I'm probably waiting until Season 2 to boot up Diablo 4 again.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
October 17th, I think they said. That or information on Season 2 enough to tell me if I want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because there's other games. I'll actually pull up
personally am really interested in the 5 endgame bosses. Oh, A, because I want more endgame bosses. B, because they said you can target farm with them too. So, like, get uniques off of them.
Right. Because, like, I mean, I still have Starfield on here. I mean, everyone shits on it.
You're still going to play it.
Still going to play it.
You have it.
I have it. I'm not going to be like,
everyone
says it shits, so let me do it.
Well, also be fair, did you get it on Steam?
Yes.
If you play less than 2 hours of it and absolutely hate it, you can get a refund.
Oh.
Keep that in mind.
So
don't idle it in those first 2 hours.
Yes.
And double check that policy. I know that's a certain amount of time from when you start, because scams will make their game really, really fucking slow so that you pass the 2 hour mark and can't refund it.
Yeah. So, because like,
Quinn got a refund on it after 60 hours or something. He beat the game, hated it so much, applied for a refund and got it.
That's wild. Oh,
he was super
That's like going to a restaurant, getting a meal, eating the entire meal on the plate, sending the plate back and getting it.
People were so angry at him.
I bet.
He's like, I don't care, chat. I don't care. If I have a product that I think was sold to me disingenuously, I'm going to try to get a refund.
And everyone in that chat should be able to do the same thing.
Exactly. Why are they so angry?
Because, like,
white knighting a Bethesda game.
Yeah. Because Tokyo Game Show is this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be huge for you.
It's going to be massive for me. Fucking 2 personas are going to be there. But I've already read an article from Atlas being like, yo, we got Persona news at Tokyo Game Show. Stay tuned. I'm like, I'm there. Tell me
deal.
when. Fucking my game list, dude. This is like Armored Core is at the top.
Have fun, man.
I don't know if I'm going to get it.
So much fun. It's so fun.
It's so hard, yeah.
So fun.
It's Armored Core.
It's so goddamn hard, dude.
I know.
I haven't picked it back up since I rage quit it last. Like
I love all the new people that see it that think it's just another Souls type game with mechs. Yeah. I'm like, it's Armored Core.
I will say though, again, it's probably the best Armored Core game ever, and it's pretty friendly to non-shooter players because of how the locking on works.
Is it still the ridiculous?
No, all of your shoulder buttons are different weapons.
Oh. Those used to be how you moved.
Yeah, tank controls and shit. I hate that. No, it controls really well. It's just a really fucking hard game.
I bet. It's Armored Core.
It's aggravating as shit, dude.
Spider-Man 2 is coming out soon. Fucking Yiz 10. Dragon's Dogma, I don't even know when. And I just have so many games. I want to...
Spider-Man 2, Naruto Storm Connections, Tenkaichi 4.
Oh, I gotta add Tenkaichi to the list.
That's the rest of my...
You know,
eyeballs. Oh, sorry. And whenever it wants to suddenly come out, Silk Song, if Unity didn't just plunge their dick deep into Silk Song, I'm scared.
All right, so this Unity stuff, I've been seeing like thumbnails and YouTube titles and stuff about this that like Unity just killed the next Baldur's 3 before it came out, or Unity did this. What's going on with Unity?
Unity pulled a Darth Vader. We have changed the deal. Pray we do not change it further.
Oh,
They changed the terms of service for their licensing, which, I mean, most of this is probably going to get walked back. Keep in mind that on top, I don't know if it's on top of royalties. I believe it's on top of royalties. They're going to charge developers per an install of their game. Yeah, just let that sink in.
wait a minute. So Unity being the parent company.
Unity being the company that is giving developers
Money to produce
No.
a game, right?
no. This is actually not a publisher this time. Unity is a game engine.
Oh, like Epic
Yeah,
and
like
Unreal Engine.
Yes.
Okay.
It is the game engine that most indies use, and even some non-indies.
So, in that instance, then, we'll take the game you just mentioned for what was it? Silk Song?
Yes.
So, Silk Song is an indie
It's
company.
been in development for I think Hollow Knight came out 2016.
Yeah. Okay. So, they are completely separate from Unity other than using their engine as if Unreal Engine,
Yep.
which a lot of games do. So they charge that company money to produce their game in their engine like everyone else does.
No,
And then on top of that,
charge it, yeah.
now they're also going to be like, oh, 500,000 people bought your game. You have to pay us X amount of dollars.
But say it's
per...
even worse because it wasn't even just we buy the license for your engine. They already get royalties. I think they're making 3% off of games made in Unity engine, which is less than Unreal. But now you're also going to charge per an install on top of that.
Oof.
It's bad. Cult of the Lambs developers already said if it's not changed by the end of the year, they're deleting their game from every storefront. So buy it now. They literally put out a message saying that. Devolver Digital, which is a publisher of indie games, put out a tweet saying, hey, if you're pitching a game to us, tell us what engine you're using. It's getting bad. I think the Slay the Spire, another indie game I fucking love too, said, well, we've been working on a sequel for years and suddenly you're going to change the terms on us. We're going to try to move that code over to a new engine then.
And that's not easy.
No.
Definitely not.
A lot of people have been railing up against it, even talking about like how is this going to work? You're going to have software in it to track the downloads. Can one script kiddie download the game 2,000 times off a pirate copy, and now I'm charged more than I've ever made in my life?
All right, and then how about this though? If it's downloads, I buy it on comes out on PlayStation. I can download that game on like 7 other applications. Because I bought it
Even
once.
pirated versions, if they're tracking it with code in the game, pirated downloads would be counted too. Free weekends or PlayStation Plus, those are all being charged downloads. Unity says, oh no, those won't count. Those won't count.
Bullshit.
But trust us, bro, we'll have the code that counts it and we'll give you an accurate bill.
Yeah.
And even in the same statement too, they said, these
Go
numbers
fuck a
won't
hammer
be
sideways.
In one of their statements, it even says that it can't be tracked 1-to-1 using third-party software. They'll get an approximation of the amount of downloads. So yeah, this is definitely gonna get walked back. Are you ready for the biggest nice cherry on top of all of this?
Oh.
The Unity CEO, the guy who did this, sold stocks 2 days before announcing this. A shitload of his stock.
Oh, because he knew it was going to plummet. He's like, oh,
Yep.
I got to do something here.
This is from the same man who added Ultimate Team and loot boxes into FIFA, because he was an EA CEO, and the same man who in an interview talked about how he could charge people to reload their guns in Battlefield because people won't be price sensitive in the moment. An actual statement from the man.
Say that again?
He said he would be able to charge people for reloading their gun in battlefields. And people would go along with it because they're not going to be price sensitive in the middle of a match.
Exactly. They're just going to hit the button and not realize it. And then afterwards, they just realize that they played one match and spent $25 fucking dollars. Oh. But they're not going to know that because we're going to say, oh, it costs like 200 gems to do it. But not tell you that those 200 gems cost fucking $500.
Yep. And then another interview, he literally called indie devs idiots for not monetizing their games. Not even in other words. That was the literal quote. Is if you make a video game and you're not monetizing it, you are a fucking idiot.
No, you're
he had to walk
a
that
greedy
back
pig
again too.
Because I was watching a video today about DLCs and stuff like that. It's like I remember back when DLCs were fucking free. It was.
I don't.
I remember when games were released at 100%.
I can remember that one. I would say yeah.
It's like, or that the DLC was either just cosmetic and not content. Because there's plenty of those games that I play too. Like a lot of those like off JRPGs that I play.
Ugh,
like called
I hate that though. When I scroll through the new version of the shop and there's like 10 lines of JRPG costumes for one game.
I love that shit though. I'm like, not that I even buy any of those. Like I've bought in a few outfits for games before because I just come to another point. Gonna stow that. We'll come back to that for a second. Continue my point that I hate that a game comes out and 2 months later there's a content patch DLC that you have to pay for that when all of the content in said DLC should have been part of the base game.
That I'm getting Mortal Kombat vibes showing off their entire DLC roster in engine already made.
And then make you pay for each character?
Yeah. The new Mortal Kombat, they revealed all the cameos that are going to come as DLC, and they're all made in engine. You're not just putting up photos from the respective shows. You modeled these characters already.
You already have them. You're just trying to keep your game going as long as possible.
It's just wild to me.
Everyone says it. So many different people on YouTube say the same thing. Why is it not illegal already? It should be illegal for alternate currencies in game.
Oh yeah.
There should not be gems, crystals, credits. It should be dollar bills.
You know what the one sad thing gamers are going to lose when that goes away? I realized this a long time ago. Getting any free money from the game. They're not going to give you dollars. They don't mind giving you a few gems here and there, but they won't give you dollars.
No.
I mean, it's still worth it for not having this garbage in video games.
Listen, so I like most people understand. All right, yeah, when you go to buy those gems, it's like you can do easy, quick math and realize, shit, I just spent $25-$30 on gems for one skin or whatever. Like Smite does it. Smite skins are, last time I was on, you can buy the skin directly for 1,200 gems. 1,500 gems is like, oh god, I don't remember, like $20.
Most skins these days are like $20, so yeah.
And it's like
Overwatch.
How long did it really take to make that skin? How many people were on that skin?
Not an entire indie game's value worth.
No.
That's the part that kills me.
No skin. Or how about this?
Hollow Knight shouldn't cost as much as 2 skins in Overwatch. Sorry, 2 skins in Overwatch shouldn't cost as much as Hollow Knight. My bad, I worded that wrong.
And Overwatch is a thing too. I was always like that. You guys used to say you got this, and I was like, it's a first-person shooter. The gun changes color. That's the only change.
Shape. The guns are different shapes for the skins.
fuck off with that
Like
shit.
Reaper has a skin with like candles that are lit.
Oh,
on
so if you
well, bruh, now they're selling us holding up a generic object in the sky. So, well, not us. I got out.
so out of your 12 to like, out
Now
of your,
Tracer can hold a
yeah.
pizza in the air.
out of your 15 to 20 games you played, the one time your shit ass got play of the game, you can actually see your skin.
That's exactly what it's for. You know, the first thing I would get for a new character every time one came out was a highlight intro, just in case I got play of the game.
They know. I mean, you got to give it to these corporations. They know how to milk the fucking
They do it
last
first.
penny out of you.
I highly doubt the Overwatch team now. I don't think people are buying these skins nearly as much as they bought loot boxes back in the day.
No, well,
That
I mean,
$20 wall. The garbage like holding up a pizza slice.
like that's the same thing too. Like I don't think loot boxes. I think that the percentage chance. I mean, listen, I have high restraint. I think it's unfortunate that more people don't because that's why it's still happening. It's our fault because we're the ones that decided to throw all the money at that, and game companies were like, "Oh shit, we can make a lot of money this. Let's double down on this and make a lot of money on this."
Yeah,
you know what I mean. The store always works. The game is super buggy, but the store always works. So
the store got me into the Diablo 4 through all those launch problems. I'll never forget that. By a little bit of platinum, and suddenly my game works.
poor shit.
That was wild.
Loot boxes, the percentage chance of you getting it's gambling. It's just
it absolutely
literally gambling, and the percentage chance of getting the item that you want is so low. And like gacha games, the same thing.
That's why gacha games is wild to me because they want you to get those pulls multiple times to like level up the character and shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like, oh god, because it's like, oh, I pulled Kafka, now I gotta pull 4 more Kafkas. I'm like, oh god, no.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And here I am trying to play the most profitable. It still is. Honkai Star and Genshin are still a little lower than Fate.
Yeah,
Last
give
I
Honkai
saw,
a little more time.
but I think they're gonna pass it in either because the data I saw was before Kafka was released.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were jumping on that. So the amount of money they're gonna make from those pulls,
Discount
Makima, is probably gonna put it over Fate Grand Order.
And then Zenless Zone Zero comes around with their furries.
But here I am trying to play a gacha game basically for free. We'll see how long that goes. But loot boxes,
Garbage
or increase the thing. It should not be guaranteed pull, guaranteed one of them in every 300 pulls. No.
Oh,
do the math.
Woe is me. I think I did at least. I think I hit the pity timer in Apex not so long ago.
300 pulls that's $300.
What's the pity timer in Apex?
There are no timers set.
I fucking hate Siri. Why do I ever use Siri?
It's so unfortunate that game companies need to monetize every second of this just to make so much. It's like, where's this profit go? Because the games are not. You're not like, I would be okay. I'd be less angry with it if all of the money that they gained from that went and reinvested back into the game for better. But it obviously isn't. It's just another recolor skin that comes out that takes a single. Because listen, this is the thing I stowed around earlier. A reskin of this, and they want to sell it for $20. Baldur's Gate. I mean, no, Starfield. Take Starfield, for example. Yeah. Baldur's Gate 2 as well. But Starfield was out for 2 days. And there was already a metric ass ton of mods put into the game.
Yeah, last time I checked, it was like 760.
There was 4 UI mods that each one was better than the last one. Took it and built on it. There was a guy that organized the entire inventory catalog of the entire game, put weight on it or item value or something.
No, it's a completely editable spreadsheet. You can add columns to sort these by.
Little icons on them and everything. And I'm like, the game has been out for 3 days. And one guy did that. Who are you paying? What team of devs are you paying that can't do that?
Let's
Baldur's
be a
Gate,
little tiny bit fair. They probably just didn't know their UI is dog shit. You don't ship that out without changing a font here or there because you like, oh, we got to get out. You know what I mean? It's more like, oh, we like this UI. And everyone's just like, no, why?
All right. And then how about this then? Baldur's Gate has been out for a month. There's a pack right now that has 500 new pieces of gear added to the game.
What, a mod?
Yeah,
a mod pack?
Mod pack.
Oh, shit.
For like mainly because everyone likes visuals.
Yeah.
I was commenting on this earlier. I've found strangely I rant to you about how shit the gear is that I have, and then I get a whole bunch of good looking gear. Like,
to be fair to Baldur's Gate, they're not selling you better looking gear though.
True, but
to be a little fair there.
I'm just saying. I'm using it as an example that a single dude or girl or whoever made a mod pack that added that much in 2 days.
Yeah.
To Starfield. I don't know how long it took them to do it for Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate's been out for a month and a half, almost 2 months now.
And they had a
PC.
huge early access period too.
Yes.
A gigantic early access period.
So it's like, if dudes sitting in their basements can pump this out in 2 days for new UI and all this, Starfield should then also, their development team should be able to just look at that mod and patch it into the game. No problem. That should not be a charge. Then pull it to all these games with loot boxes. It doesn't take someone months and months to craft a new skin, build it in-game engine. It probably takes 15 minutes for one person to draw it on a piece of paper. Then they send it to a graphics department or something. They add some color to it. Then they send it to the game engines and they put it together. They get a voice, maybe a new voice actor for it. Maybe it takes 2 days worth of time to do it. But then they could do that for like 15 skins all at the same time.
Firstly, they should absolutely do that for every single performance mod. Certainly, because that's not even like a preference sort of thing. That's just make game run better.
Yeah, if because Todd Howard even said it about, and so did Phil Spencer. They said that they like that Skyrim is still played today because of the mod support. So they built Starfield in the same like anticipation for mod support.
Yeah.
So if that's going to be that way, for people that don't want to download those mods and bog down their thing, you should look at those mods, take what's great from them, and just straight up implement it into the vanilla game in a patch.
It's sad though. The mod fans don't want them to do that because then their mods are going to be like outdated versions and they're going to have to fix their mods.
Fuck them. It's a vanilla game now. It's legit. And now you don't need to download like 6 different background programs that have to run to then run your mods while
to make your
Starfield
game playable.
Yeah.
Then go in for the fun stuff.
Exactly.
Like more weapons.
So it's just that's my big thing about, it's like, if one person can make these awesome mods, no company has any right or should have the gall to be like, I made this recolor skin and I'm going to charge you $20 for it. Or this shit skin that took one person 1 8-hour shift of their day to make. And I'm going to sell it for $20 to
I would say Blizzard does it too,
200,000-300,000 people.
A tiny bit of credit where credit's due. I was very impressed with the base look of the gear for Diablo 4.
Yes.
I didn't expect it to look good because they were selling skins.
There's
you know
only
what I mean?
Each class has 2 cosmetic options in the shop, or just 1?
Oh, I think it's like 4 for each of them at any given time.
Okay.
But like 2 of them are back attachments, 2 of them are actual sets.
I don't wear any bag attachments in the game.
I wear my wool wolf cub sometimes if it doesn't clash with my gear.
But
But even the gear in the shop, there's like maybe one that has an actual effect to it. Like they're not doing what Path of Exile does, where my base gear won't even render its texture, but I could go buy like dark abyssal wings that are perfectly modded with perfect colors, or buy a chest piece that as my strength stat grows, roots grow out of it. But I can't even get my actual gear piece tunic that I got off the ground to have a texture on it.
Like, my thing, too, is because especially in a game like Baldur's Gate, that you can effectively just change your look. Final Fantasy VII Remake. That's not a game that when you buy a new chest, I don't think there is chest gear, it doesn't change your look. There's new sword skins for each new thing.
Thank God.
But, not every game has armor changes or clothing changes visually. But the games that do have those, like, I assume Starfield maybe, but maybe, I don't know.
Sure, they probably don't look that great. I'm sure they do, though. They're definitely going to be clothes. Like, Fallout had gear.
But, like, Baldur's Gate, for example. I should not have to look through Baldur's Gate and see someone else wearing something that I can't wear. In my opinion, I want to be able to see if you see someone else wearing something. I get the like the main antagonist. You're not gonna get his fucking.
I was gonna say any important characters though.
Yeah, but like if it's just some random NPC you see over the corner over there, and you're like, I want to wear what that person's wearing.
My problem is. That makes me think
I'm not saying that this is a Baldur's Gate thing. I just used it as an example.
No, but I think of the other end of the spectrum now, where no one stands out to me because all of their gear is stuff I could wear. Which I think Skyrim, in that case. Because I'm pretty sure Skyrim, everyone wears stuff you can wear.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm pretty sure there's nothing in Skyrim that you can't wear.
But I don't know if it's the gear's fault or if it's Bethesda's fault that they all look the same to me, because it's a very Bethesda thing that they all look the same.
I said this specifically in Baldur's Gate because you see all the statues of Shaw. Oh, well, you will see them eventually. They're spread around sometimes. If you have Shadowheart, she'll comment about it sometimes. Shaw has statues, like, especially in the Underdark. There's some of them, and especially in the Shadowlands. But that's like 2 stuff. But the outfit she's wearing, I'm like, God, I want that. And I know it's not in the game because I know there's a mod that puts it in the game. So there would not be a mod.
Part's sad.
There wouldn't be a mod for it if it was already in the game.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn. Fuck. It's done. Bastards. So that's my thing. Get rid of loot boxes, or if you want to keep loot boxes, give it wholly in an in-game currency that you don't spend real live dollars on.
We went back to loot boxes. I was going to say, I hit the pity in Apex, which is apparently 500 loot boxes.
Which is what? What's the pity? Is in 500 and then you get to choose?
No, as in, there's like super rare things where like it's like pretty much like a melee weapon skin. Normally if you have a melee, it's just your fist, but some characters, they put out like a special
knife
weapon.
Or whatever,
yeah, so you can get one of those as like a 0.0001% chance, and the pity gets you that.
So if you
one of your choice.
I was going to say, so
mainly.
If you don't get it after 500 loot boxes, you
get
to choose
a special currency that you redeem for the one of your choice.
500 is a lot.
Yeah, it is. I mean, there's no way for me to tell if I hit pity or not, or if I just randomly pulled it, but I'm willing to bet it was me hitting pity.
And get rid of any kind of gem, gold, in-game currency names. If it's something that you can buy with money, don't put gems on it as for a price. Put US dollars.
I think that should be the step one, because there's also, I think of like Apex events, and I'm pretty sure League of Legends does the same thing, where they'll put out like a bundle of like, here's 8 legendary skins we made, 20 gun skins, some other random cosmetic garbage. Here's special $7 loot boxes. Now, if you get all of these things from the special loot boxes, you get the new super rare thing we're adding that you'd have to pity timer for. by the way, you got 2 weeks to buy all 12 of these $7 each things.
No.
See, that
7
I think
times 12?
That's insidious.
That's $84. That's more than you would spend to buy the base game of any game.
It's bad. It's insidious as hell.
Yes.
They were doing that a lot.
And they're capitalizing on addiction. Gaming addiction. Because the people that are doing this is like, that's their favorite game. They play it all the time. They see something cool. They want to extend their game experience. And I'm not going to say that they have poor money management. There are people that do it. Just like the whole Diablo Immortal.
Yeah, some people do just have a ridiculous amount of money where they can throw it.
And there's also people that, listen, if you have the disposable income and you're sitting there being like, listen, I have this money. Game. I'm going to pay to win this game. That's your right. But I don't think that I think cosmetics.
I think there's more people that don't have the disposable income doing it than people that do.
Yes.
I come from that as a person who's fallen into these traps before. Yes. I was buying all the new heroes and Mobile Legends every time. I was fucking doing Overwatch loot boxes. I was doing Apex loot boxes.
Fuck, man. And I just like...
I still buy Dead by Daylight characters, but only when they're on sale.
I don't think pay to win should be a thing.
No, absolutely not. That is
all be cosmetic stuff.
I mean... We could all say that it's not going to change, though.
No. Because, like, the whole Diablo
If your game's going to have pay to win, it definitely shouldn't have PvP. That's for fucking sure.
Yeah, if you want to buy...
Diablo Immortal, there's PvP in that, so people just pay to win and just stomp around.
Bullshit.
It's pretty bad.
And that's actually... That game is play to be able to play. I mean, pay to be able to play. If you don't put money in Diablo Immortal... You're not going to be able to play, especially PvP.
You could technically still play, but you shouldn't.
Yeah.
I guess technically, because you're not really playing if you die immediately.
If you have intention, yeah. I was gonna say if you have intentions to live long enough in PvP, you're gonna have to pay something, and I'm not down for that at all. But that's my take on. Loot boxes and whatnot.
And monetization.
Get rid of all of it. Give me a full
What a
game.
hot take.
I know, right? No one shares this
one.
opinion. Nobody. I'm alone on this hill. This mountain.
Boo.
Shouting at the gods. Like a crazy old man.
Shouting at the deads.
True.
It would be so sad. And the Hollow Knight devs announce like, hey, we have to port over to a whole new...
So, you're gonna have to wait another, 5 years?
We already didn't have a release date for you, but now we definitely don't have a release date for you.
That release date just got tentatively pushed back.
By double.
Or triple.
Boo.
We have to start over from,
Scratch.
Complete scratch. We got our dialogue and story
We got
written
concept drawings.
We got concept drawings. But we gotta rebuild all of it.
I just cry.
That would...
Give me
That would
plenty
be
of
so
time
bad.
to finally beat that true final boss.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch, indeed. So you said you read the new...
I read everything. I forgot to tell you to read while I was out for a cigarette. Damn it. I meant to tell you to finish the chapter.
Oh, there's no way I would be finished. I'm on page 15.
You said you're halfway through.
Yeah, I thought I was. Apparently not.
People on Twitter this week were the most annoying about this fucking manga.
Kagura Bachi.
Kagura Bachi. There's just so much enough time has passed. Kagura Bachi greater than every other fucking anime.
Where did all the hype come from? Is it a known author or something?
I remember there was an announcement when they picked up the manga, but it still didn't have a chapter out then because it wasn't like Goku Rakugai, where they picked it up and they put out all 3 of the first chapters at once.
Yeah.
But I mean, it did have a few pages, and everyone's just like, "Oh my god, what? He has a katana." And he's killing people, and there's blood. This is the best shit ever. just losing their fucking minds.
Yeah, I don't know. 'Cause
People already switching their profile pics to him before it was even out.
Really?
It was the most annoying.
That's surprising. But
Oh, we did have a chapter or something.
Oh.
Almost forgot. Shojo Null.
oh yes, we did. How did I like? I mean, I knew that fucking.
They'd be stepping up on, what was it, Mimizuka? I think her name is. Oh, here we go.
Yes.
Enough time has passed. Main dude better than side character of Chainsaw Man.
I haven't even finished chapter 1, so I haven't even seen him in it, unless he's the son.
He is the son.
Okay.
Just so you know. not to hit you with the
spoilers, man.
spoiler, bro.
But like, it's one chapter, guys. Come on.
Oh, this was 3 days ago, so it wasn't one chapter yet.
So the chapter wasn't even out yet. Yeah, God, people are just
It was all over
people.
my timeline.
I don't know, whatever, man. Who knows? It'll get canceled at fucking chapter 25 or something. So
To be fair,
live with that.
it was
be
a pretty
fair.
good first chapter.
Well, you said it was like mid when you told
No,
me.
I said I was hoping it would be mid.
Oh.
I said I
So
was
that you
hoping to
could-
God it would be mid.
Oh, so you could like stand on that high ground.
Oh yeah, so I could shove it in all their faces.
But
There was so many posts going around that people were starting to call it an industry plant. Like,
well, because what I was gonna say to you was, is this like some like big name author behind it that
I don't
is
even
his
think so.
second work or something? Has he worked on anything? Studied under somebody?
about to find out.
Later.
Oh, that is his name. There you go. My enemy list. Much better. Yeah, no, he's done other stuff. I haven't heard of either of these though. Chain and Roku no Meyaku.
Yeah, I don't got nothing on those.
So no, it was just because it's a dude in a sword who is full of hatred and wants revenge.
Oh, so does that mean that his dad's gonna die in chapter 1?
I actually don't know what happened. I'm assuming that's what happened because I suddenly stopped seeing his dad, but I don't know what happened.
Oh. Cool. I guess we'll find out.
But again, it was a really good first chapter. And I
Well, I
wanted
mean-
to hate it. I really wanted to.
You're trying to find
I was
excuses.
actively hoping to hate this thing.
That's hilarious.
But no, it was just pretty good. I don't even want to just say pretty good. It was better than a lot of the newbies. I mean, not everybody can be Tenmaku Cinema.
Not everyone can be Dandadan.
No one can be Dandadan. Only one person can be Dandadan.
Oh.
Yeah, Dandadan.
Dandadan's just so good, man. Put that thing on the app so more people talk about it or something.
Oh, I did save one picture from Kagura Bachi. Literally one picture.
I assume for this.
Yeah.
right here.
I was like,
that's
that'd make
pretty
a great banner on Twitter.
dope. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
I also saved that, do you think Saint Germain chose the name Sanjome? Because it sounds like Saint Germain all smooshed together. Saint Germain.
Maybe. It's funny
It
that
hit me
he's...
because I was like saying it aloud in my own head, and I was like, wait a minute.
My phone's like not reloading at all right now. I'm trying to pull stuff up, but
I was like, where have I heard Saint Germain before? Oh yeah, Saint Germain.
I love how like everyone's just like he's got some kind of hypnotic powers going on here for
For shizzle.
whatever he's pulling off with the teachers not recognizing him and shit. But then, like, somehow knowing his name, because he's never been around before, so. But, you know. We'll see. He's cool. I also love, like, the whole. I mean, it's just Dandadan again.
It's
like,
just good.
It's just good. When they're all like hanging out at home, you know, I mean,
Sure.
they're fucking being goofy
Though
and
it makes
shit.
me so sad that Kinta and Vamala just keep getting closer and closer.
Why?
She deserves better. That's
You
why.
were like the biggest Kinta stan a few
That doesn't mean I
chapters
want
ago.
to serve him up like an S tier babe here.
I mean, who else is she gonna go
Gigi.
with?
Done.
I thought you were Gigi and
Oh,
girl
I
who
definitely am
still-
not Ira Kinta. Ira Saint Germain. Enough time has passed. Ira Saint Germain.
Oh my god. Oh Jesus. That's hilarious. No, I don't know. They put his manhood back at least. This poor man, poor Ken. Can this man just not catch a break?
Never.
But
I do like their idea of like setting up a club to start looking for it.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I honestly expected that type of situation, like the
Occult
school,
club.
yeah, to happen way sooner.
A little mob psycho occult club.
Yeah. Or just kind of like just the standard high school stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, I thought mob psycho because they were specifically an occult club also.
Yes. Yes. But Dandadan is the best.
Enough time has passed. Dandadan greater than Kagura Bachi.
Yes. Okay. How much time has passed? There's just no way whatever this is gonna surpass
The greatest, the goat.
the goat that is Dandadan. Try and say otherwise, people. I dare you.
Off of no chapters. Not enough people talk about Dandadan on my timeline.
No. I'd never see anyone talking about it, to be honest with you.
I do follow one person whose name is literally Dandadan Migraine, and he does talk about it, thankfully, but that's about it.
Sadness. But I'll have to read Kagura Bachi so we can actually talk about it.
It's good.
I didn't read Mama Yu Yu Chapter 2.
I'm not sure if I want to read Mama Yu Yu Chapter 2.
Shojo Null, though, to get back on that.
Yes.
I should have known that the black market was going to be another dark thing. It's like as soon as
Oh,
she
I
walked in that last
knew.
place, I was like,
Because they're going to sell her on the black market.
yeah.
So,
So I was like, why didn't I think of this? Like, it's like, come on. It was like staring me in the face.
the other thing I kind of knew was going to be coming soon, I thought sooner, was people stepping up on Mimizuka. Like someone was entering the room on Computer Girl.
Oh,
Yeah.
I missed that. I must have missed that.
It
quick
showed her
there.
like turn around shocked. And it's going to be Nazi guy, for sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't hack in. I was thinking that earlier. I was like, you got to be leaving a trail behind somewhere because you're hacking in and just
And he's
turning
been
all these
specifically
lights.
not going after her like full force because he cares more about whatever resistance group Mimizuka's part of.
Right.
I just knew it's too good. Being able to hack into everything's too good.
Yeah, a little too convenient to not go with
This isn't the
serious
Punisher.
Yeah. And then the kidnappers just decide to throw her out of the car. And then she scares them. It's like, bitch, I wanted to go to the black market. Bring me there. Bring me to the black market.
Keep cutting me on all this itch. It was good though.
Wait, what? I didn't read everything. How is that not in my continue reading list?
What?
Fucking Kaiju number 8. There was a new chapter.
Oh yeah.
4 days ago.
There sure was.
27 pages, and I missed it all. What the fuck?
Man, you're really slacking this week. I read extra shit and read all my stuff.
You did. You read Choujin X again, and up to...
The first time I went to try it, I dropped it at like 14 chapters.
Yeah.
I'm now starting over. I'm now at chapter 17. And I recommend it. I don't think it's as good as maybe Gachi Akuta, but it's a pretty high pedestal. Gachi Akuta is really good.
Yeah.
But it's up there for sure. It's better than all the newbies that keep coming in and getting canceled, even like Ginka and Gluna. That's my heart breaks.
Yeah. That's why I'm kind of afraid sometimes to read this. Like, Goku Rakugai would be my Ginka and Gluna for you. If Goku Rakugai gets canceled, I'm going to be devastated. Because I'm like so digging the character designs and the characters themselves and the story. I think Goku Rakugai has some serious potential to keep going, and I would be fucking devastated if that gets canceled.
I doubt it would because of the hype that was behind it. Just kind of like Kagura Bachi, everyone was like waiting for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I doubt
That's
Choujin
good.
X will, because it's 44 chapters in now. People seem to be talking about it more and more as it goes, and it's the writer of Tokyo Ghoul. I mean,
Right.
being an established writer clearly doesn't save you. The Food Wars people just lost Tenmaku Cinema. But 44 chapters in, I think it's got the legs.
Yeah. Well, that's good to know.
The part that irked me when I dropped it the first time is I thought it was like a little too much like Tokyo Ghoul was.
So what is
Kinda.
the premise anyways? There's like ghouls and shit and
Kinda.
man-eating
There's
people?
like people called Choujins.
Do they eat people?
No.
Oh, well,
In
that's
fact,
what
I haven't really seen a downside to being one besides like societal stigma. Oh, well, and they can go berserk if they get like too emotional, it seems.
Interesting.
I need to know more rules about what makes you a Choujin, because I've seen some of them turn into like animals, like the main character's a vulture one. Some of them it seems to be like an element, and some of them it seems to be like concepts, like Chainsaw Man. Like one of them was like a baseball Choujin. That's around where I dropped it. I was
So-
like, baseball, man. Ugh.
So we don't know what categorizes you to
Yeah.
be a Choujin yet.
Like there's two main characters. One's a vulture. One shoots ash that burns people's faces.
What does the main character do, or who is the main character?
Can become like a vulture form. Actually, the one screenshot I took has a picture of it. Now that I think about it. Like kind of like a vulture man.
Oh shit, that's actually kind of dope.
Right? Is that like... It's a
like
cool look.
plague doctor mask thing too.
And I've seen a snake one, and there's like other animal ones, but it's not just animals, because hell, Baseball Man was in that same picture. He's a literal baseball man. But even his power was cool. Anything he throws, when it hits something,
Yeah.
it's a sink ball. It sinks, and I mean like, boom, like gravity well.
Brutal.
He hit Tokyo with it, which is the main character's name. Not only did he sink
His
into the
name
ground,
is Tokyo.
yeah, with an I instead of a Y though. Tokyo.
Yeah, all right then.
When he sunk into the ground, it was like just enough room for his body. Like it was literally just like he sunk. Not that I want to be exposited about the powers. I just don't know enough about it, but the moment to moment's been really good. And the art, I mean, I don't even have to speak for the art. It's
Yeah.
Tokyo Ghoul's mangaka.
I need to finish Tokyo Ghoul so bad, dude.
And the weird
I'm like
thing
20
is,
chapters away. At
he's-
this point, just finish it, bro.
he seems to have free reign on his release schedule. Because at least when I was reading,
Yeah.
there was never like a countdown for it. It would just be random intervals, kind of like how you describe One Punch Man. Like sometimes you'll just get 2 chapters out of nowhere.
Yeah, sometimes it'll be like weekly, and then it's like, it's just.
Like right now, Choujin X doesn't have a countdown to the next chapter.
I'm one behind on One Punch Man, I think, as well. Mostly because I read that at my leisure, because, you know,
But then I read something else.
you did
I read Peak.
peak. And then brought it for me to read.
Yes.
#1 Visbig of Vagabond.
So the first 3 volumes.
And you read more Sakamoto that I didn't, but
Yeah.
just to mention.
Which is also fire. I'll say on that, and I won't talk too much on Vagabond because I don't want to talk about any plot stuff yet.
But now I have given you also the first deluxe version of Berserk, so you have 3 volumes of Berserk now, hard copy,
Which is
physical rather.
It's rough because I want to read more Vagabond, but
Well, sucks too 'cause I have the first 11 deluxe of Berserk, and you only have what, the first 3
I think, yeah.
of Vagabond. I mean, you could read it. You have the other 2.
I do. I probably will, to be honest. Not that it left off on these huge dramatic stakes or anything, because it didn't. But that's also part of the charm to me. Is just like I want to see what's next.
You know, it just sucks though. Eventually, you'd catch up to the indefinite hiatus that is Vagabond,
Yeah.
and then on my side,
just
I'll catch up to the who knows what's happening with the Berserk now that
Someone
Kentora
knows
is
what's
dead.
happening in Berserk. They're absolutely putting out another chapter.
One single chapter.
I don't know if there's more plans, but I do know A, another chapter, and B, any other volumes coming.
Well, because I know there's 14 deluxe editions available for purchase, and 15 is becoming available soon. Because, but
Well, I mean, like a
yeah, regular volume.
Yeah.
Because 15 will cover not all of them that Kentaro Miura thing. So they would
Yeah.
need a 16th one for like the last 2 or 3, or like the 2 or 1 volume, and then if they can, because
I
I
would
don't know
assume if
any.
they're putting out another chapter that they do plan to end
Well,
the
'cause
series.
you gotta think about it. They've been working with him as an editor and assistant on Berserk for years, so they know. They either already know how the story is going to end, or in his office space, his work area, there's notes and stuff that he's written down.
I'd say,
I'm sure.
personally, if there's even 50% information on where he wanted to go with the rest of the material, I'd say they should do it. That's my personal take. I'd understand people
'Cause-
saying they shouldn't.
Yes.
I don't envy the person who has to draw it. That's for sure. They're putting themselves in a really awful position. I'd be using a pseudonym for sure. I would not be
Yes.
giving people my real name.
No, definitely not. But then you could probably easily find out who the person is, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? If they're going to be the one behind Berserk. But then they also have to tie it up. You can't go with this for another 4
No,
volumes.
there has to be some sort of plan to end it.
And I don't know, like, I only know enough of what happens in Berserk up to the end of the bad CGI anime, which is
I don't even know that
the
much.
end of the volume I'm currently reading, which is volume 7 of the deluxe, I
Nice.
believe. So I still have,
You're almost in the completely spoiler-free zone.
yes, only just started it, so I have like 2.5 regular volumes worth of content that I know what's going to happen in, and then after that, I got 7 more to go that are just completely.
I know
Spoiler-free.
one thing about Vagabond, that Kojiro Sasaki will eventually be in it. And that's all I know about Vagabond.
And then get beat by a wooden sword that Musashi carved out of an oar of a rowboat.
I didn't even know that much.
No, well, I would assume so, because that's what happens historically.
Right now he's using a wooden sword, though.
He deliberately shows up to the duel late to piss off Kojiro, and on his way there, he carves a wooden sword out of the oar to the rowboat he's on, so it's longer, and he gets like very anticlimactic because the battle starts and he just fucking wha-cha right to the head or something and takes him out.
Actually, I am going to start Berserk first. You know what really hit me? The fact that since we've both read the opposite, we don't have to rush on the ones we're borrowing. Because, like, if you read, like, 3 chapters of Vagabond, we can talk about those 3 chapters now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Same if I read a few chapters of Berserk, we can talk about those few chapters
Yeah,
now.
exactly. Because
So we can chill on it. Like,
I'm like deep into Berserk at this point. I don't think I would be slowing
And
down,
I'm probably going to be reading Vagabond faster than I'm going to read Berserk.
which is fine.
Just for the sake of it, just to be able to even keep swapping.
I just so much to read, man.
It's true.
So much, which is good though, because it's like, all right, it's a good problem to have. I would rather be backlogged on shit to read than be sitting here, but look, I have nothing to read.
Yeah, for sure.
I have no good mangas. You know, because imagine being up to date on everything that you read, right? There's no other series that you plan to read or nothing, like we have so many back. And then all these new series keeps coming out, and all of them keep getting canceled. So you're endlessly itching for that new thing. Or than me, I like to binge, you know what I mean? I like the occasional binge. Like I don't want the only things that I read to be weeklies. I want to be able to find something like, okay, let me sit down and read
I also happen
20
to think
chapters.
some of the stuff we read weekly would be better on binge. JJK. Oh, sorry.
We're too late into it though.
I know. But my God, the Culling Games would be better on binge.
Culling Games 100%. I'm enjoying being up to date with this Gojo stuff. I like being in the discourse with it.
Especially with these spoiler fuckers.
Yes. But we're coming close. He wanted to end it this year, early next year, so maybe Sukuna's done, something's going to happen with Sukuna, and then it's just Kenjaku, you know what I mean? We got, I would say at max, maybe 20 chapters left. Because how much longer will the Kenjaku fight be than the Sukuna versus Gojo fight? Sukuna versus Gojo has been, 7 chapters now? So it gives 7 chapters.
I think 20 is pretty fair, too, because I was going to bring up that there's probably a lot of talking to do, but that would still fit in, 20 chapters.
Yeah, and then any...
Stuff about being Yuji's mom.
I cannot wait for that conversation to happen. Yuji, you've grown up so long. How you doing, son?
You're my dad? No, you're not my dad. You're right. I wasn't your dad.
I'm your mother. That needs to happen. I need that conversation.
But you were Chosu's dad, but I was also your mom.
I'm a brain parasite, Yuji. I am gender fluid. The gender is quite literally what body I am currently inhabited.
I am the fluidest of genders.
I am the brain that gets transplanted.
I am the storm that is approaching. Oh, I just can't wait for you to read Vagabond now.
Can't wait for you to read Berserk.
I can't wait to get your takes on Matahachi. He's fucking hilarious.
Matahachi.
He's fucking hilarious.
Can't wait to get your full takes on Griffith.
I almost guarantee you one of the first things you'll talk about in Vagabond besides the arc is Matahachi. Besides the art, is Matahachi. His story is just hilarious.
I like hilarity. So.
It's a story of temptation told as old as time.
I'm here for it.
The art is so good. He draws Japanese people so well and traditionally.
Nice. I don't think... I know we're jumping around a lot here, but I don't think I'm going to catch up to or read Undead Unlock more than the anime.
No.
Because, there's only one more episode of this anime season. It's one more Mashoko Tensei, and then it's the next Ronin is coming through. So, Undead Unlock will be one of those. That might be a week off.
Yeah.
Might not start immediately, but then it's going to start, and I'm 10 chapters into Undead Unlock. That's going to be the first 2 episodes.
Yeah. It's Joe over.
Yes. So, I don't know if I'll get the...
That's more room for Gachiakuta, baby.
More room for Sakamoto.
More room for Sakamoto.
And Witch Watch.
Or Choujin.
Or just any of the other backlog stuff that I want to do.
Or finish Tokyo Ghoul so you feel
more
more motivated.
Literally, you just took the words out of my mouth.
Because once you finish Tokyo Ghoul, you'll be more motivated to try his new manga. You know what I mean?
Yeah. also want to read fucking...
Ooh.
I almost just said Baki, but I meant Magi.
That breaks my heart.
If I'm going to do anything Baki...
It's gonna be watch
I'm
Baki.
gonna watch Baki.
You watch Baki, you motherfucker. You watch that shit dubbed, I'm telling you.
You know where I watch Baki? YouTube Shorts. That's where I get my Baki.
It's not enough. It's not enough. Though that short I sent you the other day was great. Of Yujiro whipping around Baki. Baki's like, well, I made this little toy from the debris of the car you slapped me against.
He looked like he was getting fucked up for a
With
while.
one hand, too.
Because he's like bleeding out all his orifices on his
He
face.
whipped around. I noticed that when he stops, he like wears Baki like a backpack.
He was so proud of Baki.
He was too. He's like, don't underestimate my son, while smashing him against a car.
I saw, I don't know if you sent me clips or whatever, but he was in a bar talking to someone and basically was like, yeah, I love Baki.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Oh.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
it's okay.
I'm just spoiling you left and right today.
I really hope it Baki doesn't love him back.
Same.
That made
He's
me
a fucking
very
douchebag.
angry. After how season 1 ended and kickstarted the whole I want to fight my dad to begin with,
Yeah, doesn't he kill his mom or something?
breaks his mom's back and drops her on his unconscious body. So when he wakes up from the carnage after, she's dead and on top of him.
Oh,
And
she
he's
does die.
so in denial about it, he piggybacks her across the city while talking to her, while she's already dead. It's the saddest shit.
That is very sad.
So fucking depressing, dude.
Ugh.
I think it's a cop that finally stops him, too. Oh my god, it was... And that's why I'm like, don't just be like, yeah, Dad, I am strong now. No, fucking kill you, Chiro. If you can.
If you can.
If you can. It is the world's strongest organism. It's so good. It's so good.
Well, they killed Yujiro's dad because I saw stuff about him. Or however he died. I don't know how he died, but he's dead. I know that much. But then it's like, you know what I find hilarious? About the absurdity of Baki. They're dropping bombs and shit on these fools, and it's not doing anything. But Baki's gonna beat this guy with his bare hands.
Yep. The most powerful weapons in all of humanity.
These hands.
These hands. Pocket hands.
I love the cup slap thing. What was the thing he did to Yujiro? He slapped him on his back or something in all the veins in his face, so he was trying to hold back the pain.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, what is this? It was
The
a
best
slap
show
on your back.
ever.
I wouldn't go that far.
Pocket hands.
Bucket hands. Fucking over here shadow boxing praying mantises.
Over here ripping someone's face off and throwing it at his disciples.
Meeting his cockroach sensei.
I fucking love... I've probably said on the podcast before, but I can't get over that mantis scene. Where he shadowboxes the mantis, takes damage, and then after the general goes up to Yujiro like, he fought a 32-foot spraying mantis the other day. You should be concerned. Like, you're talking like, oh my god, oh no, he beat an invisible imaginary mantis. Oh yeah, well I'll go fight an African elephant now. That ain't shit. It's too much.
Let's be real. I'm going to be straight up with you. I would fight an elephant every day of the week for the rest of my life before I fought a human-sized praying mantis.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Have you seen the things that praying mantis have killed?
Yeah.
They eat lizards.
They don't fuck around.
You've seen a praying mantis. I've seen a praying mantis. Everyone's seen them. They're very rare.
Well,
but
he
we've
hurt Baki. They have to be strong.
They are like the top of the food chain of insects. These things, like I've seen them take on a fucking rat and win. I've seen them take like things that birds. I saw them one of them took out a hummingbird.
God damn.
I was like, what? And then they just hold them in their little claw things and then just start eating you alive.
Dinner.
I would not fight that thing. You ever see fucking Stormtrooper? Or was
Starship
it Starship
Troopers.
Troopers?
Yes.
Yeah. My nightmare. No thanks.
Sorry, I just thought back of a list I saw on Twitter. Someone put up a collage of it was I think it was movies. It might have been video games. It was conservative coded video games. They're like, I'm tired of seeing this gay coded, trans coded. How about conservative coded games? I just thought of the absurdity. If this person did it for movies, they would have unironically put Starship Troopers up there. Because there was Fallout, there was BioShock, there was all of these different anti-capitalist games all up in this list. I almost thought it had to be parody, but it wasn't. They're defending it in the comments.
People weird, man.
Wild.
Baki sitting there, sees a cockroach on the wall, and he's like, "Ah, master, you have returned." And then tries doing a technique where he moves super quick, like the acceleration, and then he leaves a perfect silhouette of his sweat behind. I'm like, how is that even possible? The frontal sweat of your body would go with you.
It's just so crazy that this is also the same story where you go up against this like criminal guy and he literally stabs you in the face with a broken bottle and twists it. Like, there's some dark, brutal shit that happens at Baki, and then they turn around and they're like, this man climbed up 80 feet with no handholds.
I was
The same manga where a guy just whips out his dick and pees on him, and then Baki just starts laughing, being like, if you're the one peeing on me, why am I the one laughing?
That's what he said?
Pretty much, he's like, look at this. I'm trapped here, like, handcuffed like this. He's like, I'm trapped here, handcuffed like this, can't do a thing, getting peed on, and I'm having more fun than you, up there with your freedom, peeing on me, and you look all dour and sad. It feels like I'm winning. Being peed on.
Was this when he was in prison?
Yeah. It's the most hilarious thing, though, because it starts out with him being peed on and just starts laughing hysterically. He's just like,
He beat the shit out of the guy afterwards?
Oliver started wailing on him, but it turns into like a full fight.
Oh.
It's good.
Yes. Just think of something.
Oliver, the man who literally Pac-Mans people. He's so bust. He's the black guy that's super duper, like, he's the second strongest in the verse.
Is he? Or is...
He's one of the 3 people in the world that are tracked by satellite.
Yeah, but is he still?
I don't know. I haven't started the new season, so I don't know how the first human compares to everybody. But...
Because
well, Baki did win, so yeah, he's 3rd strongest now.
So Baki's 2nd strongest.
Yeah. But he literally rolls up into like a perfect defense ball, using all of his muscle and stuff.
I think
and
I've
then he literally
that.
goes whomp and like Pac-Man's Baki into the ball.
You know who he reminds me of then? I'm going to show you. I don't know his name, though. There's a guy from One Punch Man that perfectly embodies that.
This might be one of the funniest fucking things. I just love Baki.
I gotta just do this. Come on, let's go to images. I hope I can find this guy. I don't want... Oh, well, there he is right there.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's Oliver Biscuit right there.
But I want to see him... like
a whopping 1% body fat.
I just don't remember his name to, like, look him up so I can find a picture of himself.
Watchdog best hero.
Damn. I still can't get over Watch... Oh, there he is. Yeah. He's just... That's his thing. He's just, like, his muscles are his power or whatever. It makes him, like, indestructible. Watchdog's the only S-rank hero that beat Garou. Yep.
I literally looked up Oliver Biscuit Pac-Man. That was the first result.
Muscles. Souls. What's this guy?
God damn.
Oh, Super Allies. Holy shit.
80% to Garou right there.
Right? Yeah, see this guy.
Super Alloy Dark Shine.
Yeah, see? Here you go. Here's his Pac-Man mode.
Yep. Time to gobble you up.
moments before disaster. Like I said, Watchdog's the only one that squares up with Garou and walks away.
Because Watchdog's the best, man.
Garou was clean, too. He was
Yeah.
clean.
Yeah?
Because he fights...
Well, yeah, that was right after Metal Bat, wasn't it?
right before Metal Bat.
Oh, man, he was in peak form.
Because he fights Metal... But Metal Bat is the only person, other than Saitama, that beats Garou in the fight.
Yeah.
Because Metal Bat...
Well, didn't Gar only walk away because the kid showed up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Metal Bat stops. And if he
Metal
would have
Bat stopped because of
Metal
the kid.
Bat stopped because that's his little sister and he doesn't like being violent in front of her. And even the author said that hit would have killed Garou. Or knocked him out. Or
It's a Metal Bat.
it would have won the
in
fight.
between knocked out and dead.
Yes. Which is funny because you gotta think these people are like throwing people through buildings. But one guy with a Metal Bat is like one of the strongest people. This like power scale.
And a dude in a dog cosplay.
Yeah, he fucks Garou up, so Garou
Yeah, I
leaves
actually
the
remember
fight.
that one.
Yeah, he walks away from the fight.
He still learns from it, but he lost.
But then everything else he goes through is season 2, because then he fights Malbat, gets fucked up. Then he goes back to the shed. Then he fights all those A-rank people, gets shot up and all this, gets fucked up by
And
them.
beats their ass, though.
Then beats all their asses. Then
Genos
shows up and beats Garou's ass. But
Which
then...
the cleanest Genos scene ever.
Yeah.
When he boosts himself up to standing position. Just like, oh, Genos, this is what I'm here for.
Genos was owning that, but then Garou was about to lose and turn the tables on him, but then Silverfang shows up, and Silverfang just fucking decimates Garou. But Garou is just so fucked up at this point because he's been through.
Did
the
they also
ringer.
double team him too?
Yeah, Silverfang's brother, I forget his name, comes
Yeah.
in there too. Yeah,
They beat his ass.
yeah. So the Monster Association has to come bail him out. But Garou's just casually the second strongest in the verse now.
We'll see how he stacks up to Yujiro.
He would decimate Yujiro.
Sure.
He would.
Sure.
How would Saitama fare against Yujiro?
Saitama beats everybody.
One punch Yujiro?
2 punches.
Yeah, because Garou's taking like 50. It's like Garou's the only fight Saitama's ever had. Like the Boros fight made it look like it's a fight,
Yeah,
but
it's
he was
not.
just
I
like,
know
no,
it's not. His
no,
face.
Garou.
You could read it on his face.
Yeah, Garou fought Saitama. Saitama won.
Yeah.
Which
I didn't doubt it.
Ridiculous feats, by the way. Because like I said too, everyone used to always say, "Oh, fucking Saitama beats Goku." Whatever. Not until I was not on that train. I'm like, yeah, he's a kind of gag character. He's meant to that, but he didn't show any feats that would justify saying he beats Goku until the Garou fight when they fight.
I think we're even on the same terms
think-
where it's like, A, I need to see something that'll beat Goku from Saitama, but also
Yeah.
B, I need to see a threshold for how much damage Saitama could take to say Goku would win, because
Yeah.
nothing... I can't even reasonably think Goku could hurt him when nothing's even scuffed him up until the point I had
Yes.
seen.
So, because like you could say, oh, the Boros fight is very DBZ-esque. Yeah, but
It hit the point where I thought if the world exploded, Saitama would literally survive and just float in space.
he would. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
So, like, I wasn't convinced either way on that until I had more evidence. But I was leaning on Saitama.
I do wonder in both aspects though, because neither one of them can breathe in space. So it makes me wonder if suffocation would eventually kill them, both Goku and Saitama.
Can Goku not breathe in space?
Nope,
Does he
Saiyans
fly
cannot.
through space? Did it just take so little time that it was in one breath?
Nope. Because the only time in, there's 2 times in the verse that contradicts this in a way. Bardock, right before Frieza destroys planet, because he's
Yeah, didn't he fly up into space?
he's in space. You could
Yeah.
say, oh, low Earth orbit. He's fucking in space.
Yeah.
And then Goku versus Beerus, they're not. You can tell they're
If I
very
see
low,
more dark
but-
matter than I see cloud, then you're in space.
and they're still talking to each other. That's the thing too, because there's not enough
Well,
oxygen.
Toriyama don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he really doesn't. So it's like, but it's stated in like data books and stuff like that Saiyans can't breathe in space.
Okay, that's
So-
fine with me.
And then Saitama, when he's put to the moon, you see the same thing. He's like holding his nose and shit. He's like, so neither one can breathe in space. I'm like, does suffocation
Which is, I would say,
take
it's
you
so
out?
silly. They worry about suffocation when really your head would just fucking
Explode.
yeah.
Because like literally all of the liquid in your body would just
Yeah.
boil and evaporate. out of
But
your
oh,
fucking
the
system.
air.
But
The
yeah,
air
lack
is
of
the
air,
problem.
Yeah, not the fact that you're in a vacuum. But regardless, so now I can say that I think Goku could damage Saitama because Garou can damage Saitama. But the stuff that Saitama pulls out, especially how he quote unquote defeats Garou, that punch, it's just like, alright, yeah, Goku. I don't think
Ultra
Goku's
serious punch.
no, it's just like, I don't remember what he calls it, but it's quite literally breaks the space-time continuum
That's where my brain is going with it.
and sends Saitama back in time. So Saitama is the only one that actually... So actually, it doesn't even do that. It sends Garou and Saitama back in time, and then like as spirits, and they go back into their own bodies, but they can both only vaguely remember what happened. So it's like that whole timeline doesn't exist anymore.
Of course.
There's only one piece of evidence that gives the Saitama thing, but like, oh, okay, something's different, is because what he was holding through the whole fight. He's now holding it, but he's like, oh, now there's two of these.
And there should only be one.
Yeah. Because if I have this, Genos should be dead. But yeah. One Punch Man.
Someday.
So good. The artwork. So good. So good. So good. Saitama beats Goku. Sorry, guys.
I believe it. I was always on that side, though.
I am now, but like I said, like I started, I had to see the evidence first. And the fight against Boros did not give that evidence. The fight against Cosmic Garou gives that evidence. But I think that's a good enough place to wrap it up.
Maybe
Kind of
be
a-
able to talk about some Vagabond next time.
Yeah, maybe.
No matter how much, again. Just whatever we read, we can talk.
Depends on how much Baldur's Gate controls my
Consumes
life.
you.
Yeah, consumes me again. But I mean,
Definitely read your Sakamoto, though.
yeah, I'll have to do that.
It's really just 7 chapters, I think it was. That's why I had to
Yeah.
pull myself away. I was like, I can't. I could read another, 10 right now.
Did you stop at 20 or did you read
I
20?
read 20.
All right. So I read 13, so I got...
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is a good chapter, too.
Yes. But, all right, guys. It's been the Dukes of Weebdom. Episode 31. Take care.
Peace.